Hey, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Wednesday Wisdom on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with today's guest, but first we want to give a shout out to our podcast partners, the Florida Coaches Coalition, Vital Signs Wall of Fame, the Global Community of Women in High School Sports, and We Coach. You've heard me say many times, these are four great organizations. You should really add them to your network. And now, please stay with us. We're going to give our sponsors a shout out. These are all companies that I used as an athletic director. You should be using them too. Here we go. We want to say thanks to Gipper for their support. Gipper is the official social media graphic solution for the podcast. And if you go to Gipper.com, their team is going to show you how you can start creating world-class marketing content for your school's social media channel. You should be celebrating your athletes and promoting your teams. And Gipper is trusted by over 3,000 athletic programs across the country. And it's so easy to use, even I can use it. Go to Gipper.com. Mention this podcast, you'll get a nice discount. That's Gipper.com. We also want to say thanks to Snap. Go to snapraise.com. Are you tired of spending hours and hours with fundraisers that require too much time with little or no results? Like I said, go to snapraise.com/EDAD. It's hands down the best online fundraiser out there. We used it at my school with great success, and our coaches and our parents just loved it. The best part, it works. Go to snapraise.com/EDAD. You'll also find tools like Snap Manage, Snap Store, and also FanX, your very own custom app to better connect and engage your community. Head over to the website and check out their entire suite of products designed to help you do your job better. And new and existing customers are entered into a contest to win $1,500 on their next Snap Raise fundraiser. That's snapraise.com/EDAD. We also want to say thanks to Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com. It's digital ticketing that offers more. We'd like to thank Vital Signs Wall of Fame for their support. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check out their interactive touchscreen video consoles. It's a great way to display your school record boards, your school's Hall of Fame, or simply showcase your school's proudest moments. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. We'd like to thank Huddle for their support. Go to huddle.com and change the way you see the game. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure our school was a Huddle school, and our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided to help them coach our kids at their highest level. At Huddle, we believe in sports, and teams believe in Huddle. Join the 8 million users. Turn your school into a Huddle school. We'd also like to say thanks to Home Campus. Home Campus is the exclusive high school and state association platform for us. It's also your one-stop platform for scheduling, student-athlete eligibility and clearance, and a whole lot more. As an athletic director, I used Home Campus every single day, and it was just great, and you're going to love it too. Go to homecampus.com. That's it, homecampus.com to get started. We'd also like to say thanks to Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com, schedule a live web demo, and see their scoreboards and their score tables in action. Their products not only generate income for your department, they also create the ultimate game day experience for your student athletes. That's sidelineinteractive.com. Check them out today. And we'd like to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic surveys are a quick, easy, and an affordable way for you to collect comprehensive data that allows you to evaluate and improve your entire program. Athletic directors already hear back from the complainers, the 5% that want to gripe about everything. Athletic surveys connect you to the 5%, but they also connect you to the 95% that support your program. That's a tremendously valuable tool to have when you're talking with a frustrated parent or your principal or your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them show you how they can create a custom survey that'll let you take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. That's athleticsurveys.com. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Wednesday Wisdom on the Educational AD Podcast. Our guest today is Lauren Evans. She's back for her fourth installment. If you're new to Wednesday Wisdom, Lauren is from right here in Florida. She was an outstanding high school and college athlete, actually was a professional athlete. And now she is an account executive with Snap, one of our great sponsors. And again, you all know that I use Snap at my school as well. Lauren, welcome back. And what do you have for our listeners this week on Wednesday Wisdom?
Yeah, of course. I love coming. So thanks for having me again. Today, I really wanted to talk about preparing for the National Athletic Directors Conference that's coming up in a few months. Now, I know you might think, okay, well, why do I need to start thinking about it now? It's only October, right? Still have 2 months to go. But I think in order to get the most bang for your buck, and when you're going out there, right, there's going to be a lot packed into 4-5 days, depending on how early you get there. And I think it's really important to kind of sit down and take the time to really think about, what do you want to get out of this conference? What kind of vendors do you want to see? So I really encourage everyone to, first off, go on their website. It's adconference.org. I was looking at it this morning. They have so much good information there. I know our company has been preparing, so it only makes sense for you guys to prepare as well. So a couple things want to note about that. On their website, they do actually have the full schedule already released. So broken down by hour to hour each day, different speakers, events, continuing education, everything is on there. And one thing I saw too, which is really cool, I didn't know that they have like presenting speakers each year. John Gordon, I'm not sure, Jake, if you're aware, the Energy Bus, he's an author, but super excited. Hopefully I can see him. But if you haven't read any of his books, you really recommend that you read those. It's really great. He talks about, attitude, leadership, a bunch of different things, but, there's going to be professional development courses. So you can look online and see, what do you want to kind of get certifications in. There's also going to be special events, which I thought was pretty cool. So they are shuttling a bus to the ESPN Wide World of Sports, and they're going to do a tour. So, I'm local to Tampa, born and raised here. I played softball. We used to go there like all the time and play. So it's a really cool experience just to kind of get probably a behind the scenes kind of look. So highly recommend you guys do that too. And maybe you can touch on this too, Jake. It's going to be ADs really from all across the country. So it's going to be a really good opportunity for people to network. And I think that you think Snap might even be doing, like a happy hour this year. So I don't know if you want to touch on some of the experience that you've had, networking, and kind of just, picking people's brains and how they do it maybe in a different state and what their kind of initiatives are and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad that you shared about the conference. And again, for our listeners, we're recording this on October 9th, so it's going to be very timely as you are listening to it. And Lauren's absolutely right. The conference is just about 2 months away. There's so many networking opportunities. And, we talk about networking being one of the most important tools to have in your toolbox, whether it's someone in your neighboring league or conference in your state or even across the country and around the world. From a formal aspect, the NIAAA offers their leadership training courses, the LTIs that lead to the certifications that Lauren mentioned. Extremely valuable on their own, 4 hours, great content, great instruction. But once again, at each table in those LTI classrooms, you're going to have 6 or 7 other athletic directors that you can add to your network. There's also, I'm going to say, and I think I'm going low, I'm going to say maybe 50 different workshop sessions offered throughout the conference. They'll have anywhere from, say, 50 to 150 people in them. And once again, the presenters are all some of the very best athletic administrators from across the country. But you're going to be sitting next to, in front of, and right behind a dozen athletic directors that you should reach out and add to your network. And then Lauren mentioned, some of the additional activities, social events that are scheduled. by vendors like Snap. Also, Vital Signs Wall of Fame is doing one on Sunday that I'm going to be a part of called Meet the Podcasters. We're also going to do our official, if you will, on-site in-person book launch for our new book, All-Star Athletic Director. Gipper is going to have an event. That's where we will do our book launch for the third edition of the Athletic Director's Toolbox. And many other vendors will be doing that same thing. It's a great time to network. It's a great time to hear about some great products that you should be using at your school. And it's also a great time to take advantage of, let's say, some complimentary beverages and food. So for a first-time attendee, the expression that gets used a lot is you're going to be drinking from the fire hose. There's just going to be so much. Also, and I'm going to turn this back over to you, Lauren, the vendors exhibit hall is enormous. Okay. You won't be able to see all of the vendors in a single day. It's probably going to take you about 3 or 4 days to work your way through all the rows. But Lauren, what has Snap done previously? I know they're still planning this year's event, but what are some of the things that they've done in that vendor space that you've been a part of?
Yeah, so this will actually, hopefully, I still have to confirm if I'm going to be able to go. Hopefully, this will be my first national conference, but I've been to a lot of local ones, throughout different states. But I know Snap, what we're going to do for this year for the national conference, we're going to have probably one of the biggest booths out there. So you will hopefully not be able to miss us. I mean, we have so much going on, so many product improvements. Like we're revamping right now some of our platforms just to make it more district friendly, state friendly. And also, of course, our new app that we have has really taken over the high school and even the middle school space we've seen. So we're super excited to showcase that and just showcase the constant improvements. And we really like to take feedback and put it directly into our product with our whole entire support and engineering team. So we're going to have a huge booth there. And I think I saw too, there's going to be like 300 plus different vendors. So exactly like you said, right? You don't want to be overwhelmed because it's very easy to get overwhelmed with the amount of vendors and things going on. So that's the same thing, right? When you're going to walk into the vendor hall, again, in your preparation, you really need to take a look at your athletic department. Hey, what do I need for this, next year? Where can I improve? Is there, equipment, facilities that I need to do upgrades on? Do I need to take a look at, fundraising companies? Do I need to take a look at what added tech that would make my life easier? So, I like to say, I think we kind of have it all with our platform, of course, and we'd be happy to talk to anyone in any way that we can help. We're going to have, different representatives from literally all over the US. So probably someone, in your local area. So really kind of want to just encourage you guys to have a plan to make sure you hit where you want to go. On the website as well, there is actually a cool map of all of the booths, and you can see all of the vendors that have already signed up, where they're going to be located. So essentially draw a little map, draw a plan, and really just be prepared as much as possible so you can get the most out of those 4 days.
No, absolutely. You want to have a plan regardless of what you're doing. Lauren, as long as we got you, you work for Snap, and again, the company's Snap Raised, but there are a number of other platforms available to ADs. Just real quickly, somebody might be brand new to the podcast. Tell them a little bit about what Snap Raise is and how it works for them. And then, of course, how they can find out more information.
Yeah, of course. So SnapRaise actually is our fundraising platform. So we're really the leading kind of platform, in this space when it comes to online fundraising. We make it very, very simple and easy for any group, organization to raise the maximum amount of funds. So that's just one kind of platform that we have. We have a whole I call it our Snap mobile ecosystem. So Snap Mobile is actually kind of our parent company. That's the umbrella to all of the other platforms that we have. So we really were founded off of fundraising through Snap Raise. But we've kind of seen, the need for a one-stop shop, right, for a lot of athletic directors. So, we have Snap Manage, which is your athletic management tools. So we can create an athletic website for you guys, an online calendar tool, online registration. We have Raise, we have Snap Insights. That's a dashboard that's going to give you reporting, receipts, and all the information located in one spot for your school for fundraising. We have another platform, Snap Sponsor. It's like a marketplace for sponsorship to help you manage and facilitate you getting sponsors. And then, one of our biggest ones right now that's kind of taking over is our FanX app. So really what that FanX app is, and I think Alexa came on here before and talked about it, but
Yep.
it's basically going to make your life easier, right? If you look at today's world, I know me too, all I do all day is I'm on my phone majority of the time. I'm using different apps, and that's just the way that it is. So we want to give, your parents, your students, your community easy access to the information in your athletic department, and really kind of house everything that you're already doing in one spot on a nice custom mobile app. So, we have work all the way through, NCAA, we do Division I, we do some pro sports, and we're really even seeing it kind of take off now in the high school and in the middle school space. So we have it all. And if there's something that we're missing, of course we can point you in the right direction, but we really are trying to build that one-stop shop, pretty much like, a lot of the market right now. But we really, really think that we have a nice platform, and, we'll help anyone that we can.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you sharing the different aspects of Snap. I think most people know, and we certainly used it at my school as the fundraising platform. And again, listeners, there's a lot of platforms out there. They're all great, but I can tell you from personal experience, Snap Raise, it works. It really does work. Lauren, if one of our listeners wanted to find out more about Snap or just to pick your brain as a pro in our profession, what's the best way they can get hold of you?
Yeah, of course. So you can reach out via email. So it's my first dot last name at snapraise.com. So lauren.evans@snapraise.com. Or you can reach out to me via my cell phone. It's 813-527-4202. But again, also, we're going to be at the National AD Conference. So you really will not be able to miss our booth. Just look for Snap Mobile. It's going to be a huge, huge booth, and there's going to be a lot of us there. So we're super excited. And any questions, concerns, or if people just want, very basic information and more knowledge about what's out there and what we can offer, I'm happy to talk to anyone.
Lauren Evans of Snap Raise. Thanks so much for coming on Wednesday Wisdom. All the best for the rest of the fall, and let's definitely make plans to get together at the NADC in December.
Definitely. Thank you.
For our listeners, we appreciate you tuning in, and the Zoom recordings of all of our interviews get uploaded to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. Of course, we're glad you're here. Come back next Wednesday for another great Wednesday Wisdom segment, and just about every day for new content on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Hey, before we go, we want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors because they help make the podcast happen. Athletic Surveys by Life Track. At my school, we use surveys for just about everything: parents, kids, coaches, and the information that came back was overwhelmingly positive, and it'll be the same for you. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them create that custom survey for you that lets you take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. We want to say thanks to Home Campus. As an athletic director, I used Home Campus every single day, and it was just fantastic. You're going to love it too. Go to homecampus.com to get started. We want to thank Huddle for their support. As a football coach, I used Huddle. As an AD, we were a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com, see all the ways that they can help you and your coaches. We want to say thanks to vitalsignswalloffame.com. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards or your school's Hall of Fame, go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. If you mention this podcast, you'll get a nice discount. vitalsignswalloffame.com. We want to say thank you to Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was a Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com for more information. We also want to thank Hometown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. I don't think I need to say anything more. Go to hometownticketing.com to get started. You just heard from Lauren talk about SNAP. Go to snapraise.com/EDAD. Check out all the great ways that they can help you with fundraising and more. That's snapmobile.com/EDAD. And we want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to gipper.com. Make sure you mention the podcast. They'll give you a nice discount on their platform that's going to allow you to create world-class marketing content for your school social media channel. Your kids are on social media, and if you're not, you're really missing out on a great opportunity to promote them, promote your teams. That's gipper.com. They're also a sponsor of our 2 latest books, All-Star Athletic Director, which is out right now, and the 3rd edition of the Athletic Director's Toolbox coming out December 1st. So check out all of our sponsors and come back next time for more great tips on Wednesday Wisdom on the Educational AD Podcast. Thanks again.